Hey, 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 hey.
Oh,
Welcome
we're
to
here.
the
Oh, we're here. Okay.
we're live.
We're live.
Hey.
Good.
Oh, we're live. There we go.
Yeah, we
So,
gotta
hey,
act like we've
everybody.
done this before.
Like Derek said, welcome to the punch. As you know, always you have Derek Stroman there, Stroman Entertainment, and of course, as always, Tony Meatball Spagnola, the voice of reason, up in
Yes,
here
sir.
every time.
Yes, sir.
Of course, you got me here, old JL. So we got a really special guest tonight. I mean,
Hmm.
uh, I'm you know a legend in the
Oh yeah.
entertainment industry. You know what I mean? So I can't wait to get him up here. You want me to say his name now?
Say
There,
his name now. Say his name now.
say his name now. It's like almost saying the name of Jesus. I'm kidding. We don't get my man. So tonight on the show, we have legendary musician, uh, actor, filmmaker, lead singer of Wally and the Weirdos, Lee Dow.
Jeez.
Welcome to the show, Lee.
Lee
Hey,
took
how's
us
it going, guys? Hey, thank
took us a while to get started.
you on the show. Uh, I was a little bit apprehensive about appearing on the show with the name like the Punch Podcast. I didn't want to take it one to the dome thing, so I was glad to do it remote. And
it, 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 it,
I
it
also,
does get by. Unfortunately, nobody's in there except for Spagnola. He's
That's
the
right.
only one in the
We don't.
studio.
well, I'd like to thank Polak Johnny's for sponsoring my visit this evening, and they are the home of the Unburger, and they have their new cafe restaurant at 7216 North Point Road in beautiful Edgemere. So stop in and see my friends at Polak Johnny's for breakfast and lunch.
Yes, thank you. That's the greatest endorsement of all time
It is.
from Lee Dow. It's funny.
At hot
Uh,
contest, that was they were really biting them.
they sure were. Them guys really know how to handle the wieners, didn't they? You started rolling in that direction, Lee. I'm sorry.
Oh my.
so, uh, so Lee, I know that you were a musician and singer and all that kind of stuff, but it seems like like now, if you're an independent filmmaker, it's so much easier, whether people say it is or not. And I know everybody likes a lot of money to produce their films and that kind of thing. But I feel like you were doing it at a time. You all right, Spagnola? I feel like you were
Yeah,
doing it
good.
at a
Thank you.
time that it was much more difficult for independent filmmakers, especially local, to do it. So how did you do it?
Well, I guess I came into it soon after digital cameras were more common, and especially like iPhones and things like that. Um, I didn't set out to be a film producer or director. I am Mr. Entertainment though, so I dabble in all various different entertainment. It all began for me. I mean, I was appearing in some independent films and even some mainstreams. I had I was an extra or a background actor in Barry Levinson's Liberty Heights, and some other local things. Wayne Shipley was one, and Chris LaMartina. So at the time, I was promoting and managing a teen singer, Luana Lee, who's known as Little Miss TNT. And YouTube was just starting to, this might have been right after Google took over YouTube, and the videos were getting longer. I mean, when I first discovered YouTube, the video, I don't know what it was, minutes or 5 minutes length or something, but then they started expanding. Of course, now, they, feature films. So I thought in promoting her as a singer, it might be a good idea to have some music videos. So I was contacted Chris LaMartina, who I appeared in one of his films, and asked if he would shoot a music video. And we agreed on a price, and we went, just a simple video. So when we shot that, and it went pretty good, I started remembering shows from my childhood. And one of those was The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. And they would do about 20 minutes. And then Little Ricky would come out and sing a song. And I thought, well, maybe that would be good to do something like that with Luana Lee. So I had this work title, Adventures of Luana Lee. And I started approaching different filmmakers about working with me. Well, I went through 4 filmmakers and 4 writers before we finally got an episode under our hands. And once we had the first Adventures of Luana Lee, and I didn't write that, I didn't direct it, I was hiring everybody. I mean, I was the producer by default. And it seemed like once that came out that people started contacting me that they want to work with me too. And one thing I learned from Ringo of the Beatles was he always said, surround yourself with the most talented people you can find. And that is my advice for any would-be filmmakers today. Don't try to do it all on your own, but if you believe in yourself, sell yourself to people that can help you, and try to find the best people in what you need, the best director, the best writer, or whatever, and go with that. And you don't need $1 million nowadays. And I always tell people I started with $100. Like when I would contact different filmmakers, it so happened that Chris LaMartina, and I keep bringing him up because he was somebody I worked with earlier. I believe he graduated in 2007 from Towson. And he introduced me to other people who graduated from his class. And I was contacting them and saying, hey, I'd like to do this video. And what I would do is meet with them. And when we would agree, I would give them $100. And then the day we were filming, I would give them another $100. And then when they delivered the film, I would give them another 100. So I was doing these music videos for 300. And I realized that was very inexpensive.
Wow.
But we were doing a lot of
elaborate
with special effects or anything. We were doing people basically walking down the street singing or whatever. We did one on the boardwalk in Ocean City in December where we were the only people there. And the first one we did, it was just, we did around Ellicott City and around there. And so we were doing simple because I was trying to sell a song, not so much the video, but the videos help sell the song. So that's how I started with these, getting these people from the class of, God, I got this right, 2007, Towson, and contacting different people like that. And then I thought I was just going to do one episode of Adventures of Luana Lee and see how it went. Well, the fellow that I had to edit it, Jeff Herberger, he said, you ought to do another one. And next thing I know, I was running a film production company. I really didn't expect to do that, but in 7 years, we made 12 films, 10 2 documentaries. And here I am now with you guys, and you guys are the future of indie filmmaking here in the DMV, and I'm pleased to be associated with you.
Wow. Hey,
Hey, Lee.
That's cool.
Hey, Lee, you said you're making videos for $300. That's $300 more than we had for Tales from the Void.
Yeah. True story.
I
I didn't know that. I mean, actually, of some of these guys who did videos for me, they had, just graduated from school. They didn't have much of a resume. And so this was something on their resume, doing a music video. And they may have done it for free, but sometimes, you know, you get what you pay for.
I got a question for
Yeah,
you, Lee.
no, yeah. Well, I was just saying we don't have any money right to pay anybody yet.
Yeah. Well, a question for you, Lee.
Go ahead,
I
Dave.
saw some. Pardon me, John. I seen some of the footage and some of what you shot back in those days. What kind of cameras were you using? Because the quality actually looks pretty good, if you ask me.
Well, I have no idea.
Oh yeah.
That was the thing. I know nothing about the technical stuff. I don't know how to hold a camera. I don't know how to edit or anything. But I found people who did know that, and I don't know what kind of, maybe someone, from my crew will comment on it, but I don't know. Sorry about things shaking here. I think we might be having an earthquake.
Nah, you're okay. So you were, I mean, you were your quintessential director. You weren't concerned about the cameras. You had your director of photography. You had everything top to bottom production wise that was focused on that. You just strictly focused on directing. I get it. I mean, it's great stuff.
I didn't even really like do much directing at the beginning. I was a producer where I had an idea and then I implemented that idea, and I would have snacks and drinks and just try to do everything and make sure, that we had the wardrobe, whatever we needed for that particular shoot. Actually, my first as a director was The Fixer, the first Fixer movie, The Power of Balance, which I don't know if you could see this or what. This was the first DVD.
Wow.
And
yeah.
I had done I completed two Adventures of Llewellyn Lee when we went into The Fixer. And several people told me, stick with Adventures of Llewellyn Lee. Don't go into anything different like this Fixer. But I had an idea and I wanted to do it. I've always been interested in detectives and superheroes. And that's The Fixer sort of is involved in that. And it turns out that The Fixer is my most successful film. It's actually been distributed by 3 different companies, and here's one here. Oldies.com did it, and I can't remember this one. Multimedia, they put out The Fixer, but they called it Supernatural Man. So, and it's on Tubi. Most of my films, most of them, not 100%, are on. And of course, on Tubi, you can watch all the films for free. They are broken up with commercials. And it's easy to search for Lee Doll, and then the films come up. That's LeeDoll. Or if your viewers would like to look, all my entertainment things are on Neatface Media. And of course, we have neatfacemedia.com. So we're just not doing so many films at this time. I guess the pandemic kind of stopped that. You couldn't really get with a bunch of people while that was going. So I actually started recording myself. I started recording, believe it or not, 40 years ago. And as Johnny mentioned, Wally and the Weirdos, this was a 45. And well, now the fucking stop.
Wow.
And we released that in 1983. And in 1985, we started recording other people we knew, friends, Dickie Westcott, Russ Kraft, and releasing music by our other friends. And then when the internet came in, a lot of the people from my generation, if I could be so bold, they didn't have the know-how to get their music up on the internet. And so I was helping them with that. And of course, you know, my partner now, Kate, she really does all the hands-on stuff with uploading and getting the stuff on iTunes and things like that. And going back to the pandemic, which I hope we never have to go back to the pandemic, Kate and I started recording. She had recorded some songs on her own, and I had an idea for a song, a cover song, and we went in and recorded it together in the studio. And that was, well, 4 years ago. And now we've recorded over a dozen songs that have released. If you go to any of your streaming sites and look for Lee and Kate, you'll see our songs, and we're really pleased at our latest release, which came out just last week, Polka Night. Kate's from East Baltimore, and her and I
Heard
I'm
it.
from West Baltimore. We both grew up where, you know, when you went to some sort of a celebration or event with your parents, they had polka bands. And I always loved it because it's fun. And of course, you know, I grew up, I'm a classic rock dude. And but Kate said, I want to record a polka song. So I said, let's write one. So we wrote Polka Night, and the response has been fantastic. I mean, people who hate polka, they love our version. Of course, we have electric distorted guitars in it, but we do have a tuba and traditional polka music. But we have a lot of fun, and I just want everybody to hear Polka Night. It's great. And I understand that Polak Johnny's may be using Polka Night as some sort of theme song, but maybe I'm letting the cat out of the bag there. You know,
That sounds fantastic.
I hear
And I've heard it. I've already heard the song.
Oh, you've heard the song?
And,
I haven't
and it
heard
is
it yet.
fantastic.
and Warren Dawson.
No, I'll send you the link to it.
Yeah, send me the link. I think James might have tried. I didn't
Yeah,
see
he
it.
does.
Yeah. I want to. Oh, who you talking about? Warren? Warren loves it, you said?
Warren Dawson loves
Yeah, son of a bitch.
So I've seen how
Yeah,
they
he
do
does.
these polka. I've seen how they do these polka dances. They held one up the street from us, JL, and it was interesting because everybody's dancing, and then they like kind of trade partners, and it's like it's unique. You got to be in shape to do
Are
this.
you sure you're not talking about square dancing?
I'm not. I hope it wasn't square dancing I was looking at.
That's
But
what that sounds like. He's parenting.
it might have been. So can you describe a little bit more, just to clarify, even for people like myself that might not know exactly what polka dancing
Well,
consists of?
not so much about the dancing, although the dancing is part of it. It's just good times music. I mean, it has a beat and a vibe. I guess it's like a disco beat, and it just makes you feel. And you don't have to like take left or anything. You could just move whatever way you want to move, and you could do any kind of a dance to it, or just shake yourself, or just stand there and tap your foot and just nod your head, because polka night is the latest sensation, and I want everybody to enjoy it. Matter of fact, I'll let you in on something. Neat Face Orchestra has released an instrumental version of Polka Night, and it's on most of the streaming sites now. I'll be posting a link on Neat Face Media on Facebook probably tomorrow that features the instrumental version of Polka Night. So already it went from a song with singing to an instrumental version. And of course, it's going to be the jingle for Polak Johnny's any day.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward
Absolutely.
to hearing it.
And the video
Absolutely, I love it.
the video
It's not your traditional. What
it's
what
the
about
new
the video? I missed it.
it's the new tradition. It's something new. It's going to be sweeping
Oh, the
the
new tradition. Yeah.
polka is going to be the greatest thing. Everybody's going to want a polka.
I want to hear the song. I'm looking
I mean
forward to hearing it.
It's there. It should be it's on the YouTubes and I know it's on Amazon. I'm not
it's
sure
just that nice upbeat.
but it's everywhere. It's I don't even know yet, but we were just and the instrumental version's doing really good too because they don't have to hear my singing on
You said they don't have to hear your what?
singing.
Singing.
I found the best all the instrumental versions.
I just always found it awesome to me how like at a certain phase in life, as you are, Mr. Dahl, where you take
What
on
phase is that, Derek?
it's well, you know what phase I'm talking about. The phase where you're starting to you're past your your 30s.
I got no. I'm listening.
You're past your 30s, your 40s. You've done so much already in
The
your
phase
life.
where you're going. The phase where you're going down. Is
And
that
then-
what you're talking about?
That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about, Mr. Dahl. Don't pay Johnny no mind. Johnny's always got to go there. He's always going there. I'm talking about.
You're the one talking about it. I'm just saying.
Hey, look, I'm just saying.
Stage
Like,
in life. I have no idea.
I don't. That's you. Lee knows what I'm talking about. That stage where you decide that you're gonna take up dancing or singing, and
Right.
and then you do it like every week or every weekend or what have you, just something like that. A lot of people do that, and a lot of people I'm around do that, and I think that's a great thing because I mean, look at you. You're vibrant. You're smiling.
Oh,
You're still active. You know what I
Oh
mean?
boy, where's this going, Derek?
That's how I want to be. That's how I want to be.
I've been around a while, but I still hopefully have plenty of time left. But you're absolutely right, Derek. You must always reinvent yourself, especially if you want to stay in the entertainment business. You can't stay
You're smiling. Sorry about that. Say that again, Mr. Dahl.
I said you need to reinvent yourself if you want to stay current in the entertainment business. You can't, obviously I can't be going out with Wally and the Weirdos anymore. I mean, several members of that band have passed on, but and it's like do something different. Give people something to talk about in a positive manner. And I just want people to feel good, and hopefully whatever entertainment that I'm involved in will make people at least smile, if not laugh out loud, and just generally feel good. That's what we need today. We're not getting on my soapbox, which people need to feel good about themselves and about life. There's more good things about living than not. And of course, there's always going to be negativity and bad things that happen, but there's so many good things going on, and we need to celebrate them. And I know you guys do. I mean, you're just out doing it all the time, and I'm so proud of all of you.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't even know
Oh,
who
thank
you
you,
were.
we tried.
You were liking my posts, and I'm like, who is Lee Dahl? And I'm like, and then
Yeah, you think you're hey Derek, hey Derek, you think you're Mr. Entertainment? No, the fuck you're not. Lee Dahl is Mr. Entertainment. How you like that?
True story. Well, I found out. I had to find out.
So hey,
somebody's at
hey,
those
hey.
Go. My one friend's father, he used to call me Mr. Entertainment. I sort of as a put down or joking, but then it stuck and people kept calling me that. And I just embraced it. And, you know, I do a little singing and songwriting, producing and directing. And, you know, now we have the internet, which of course we've never had that, you know, and I have the website, neatfacemedia.com, and you can go on there and find stuff. Now, let me just talk a little bit about Neat Face Media. I mean, I had Neat Face Records to release the music, and then the films, they were done under Lee Dial Film Productions. And it was kind of getting awkward as far as, you know, two different things. So we combined them all together under Neat Face Media. And there you can go and you can find 45 records, DVDs. We have our artists there. We're currently working with, I believe, over a dozen recording artists. And click on their picture.
Wow.
To their Facebook page or their YouTube page. So we're just trying to get entertainment out there. And, you know, it's not a way to cash in because, as you guys know, there's really not at this level of entertainment a lot of bucks or money flying in. But you have to do things.
No.
Love to do that. You have a passion. And I have a passion to entertain.
Yeah,
me too.
I agree.
And Derek too.
I think that's just where we are right
That's
now.
what I love to do.
We love it the same
no,
way.
No matter what. Hey, Lee.
I follow everything you guys do because you entertain me. I mean, you know, I love Tales from the Void.
we do some weird stuff out there.
Let's not forget Weenie Man. I mean, he's always sticking up.
Weenie Man, I know. Yeah, I like
that. Hey, Lee, I have a question for you. Yeah, I know you like. No kidding, you like Weenie Man. Why are you going to set me up like that, Derek? No kidding, you like Weenie Man. You want me put the clip up, Derek? Put that clip up.
Do I have which one? Do I have Weenie Man?
You don't have it. No, you don't have it.
Hold on, I might have Weenie Man.
No, I'm talking about the clip of you eating the hot dog.
Oh, I'm not putting that clip.
Oh,
up.
That's funny.
I'm not. Oh, did he show you that, Lee?
I mean, it was in the commercial.
No, I don't have. I don't want to talk about that commercial right now. Hey, Lee, just for the record, that's not really me. My head was photoshopped on someone else's.
It is 100%. Yeah, okay.
I'm just
so Lee.
I'm sorry. What did I miss?
I didn't. No, Lee, I have a question for you. You know, as far as like the adventures of Luana Lee, you know, I was thinking that that we should do. I don't know, you know, just like a remake of the adventures, but instead of an aunt, it'll be an uncle. I'll be the uncle, and then his daughter, Leah, could be Luana Lee. Bam.
There you go.
I'm open.
I love the mystery. I'm the same as you. I love the mystery. I love a good mystery, a good detective, you know, detective stories or true crime stories. So that, you know. So, and when I watched some of your Luana Lee, and I was like, oh, this could be could be kind of fun to do. You know, because now that I saw it and I liked it, now I want to do it.
Yeah. Well, we're all open for collaboration, and I just think you guys are the best going these days.
That's such a major compliment, John. Are you hearing this? Did you hear what that?
It is. Said? I heard it.
It's amazing. I mean, I don't, you know, and all you're doing is exemplifying what I scream in these guys' ear all the time about what we create. A lot of times I think they look at it and they're like, oh, we're just making stuff. We're having fun. And we are having fun.
Oh, but, yeah, you have to.
But, yeah. I take it way more serious than that. You know, I try to tell these guys that we don't.
Sometimes too much fun.
Yeah. Well, I just think we just need to stay down the beaten path, keep doing the things that we're doing, not back off, not feel as though some of what we're creating isn't entertaining people. I think that there's somebody out there that's enjoying our stuff almost no matter what it is that we put out. So I mean that's just my take on it.
And you had to
Even
remember,
even the weird sites
I was going to say,
have to
whatever you,
remember what I missed something.
I get it. Whatever
Whatever,
you create will
whatever we
do. This stuff just lasts forever. So you want to be mindful of that. And my thing was always try to do
I want it to
something.
be good at least. Oh yeah, always want to do something with a positive edge.
Right. And you know, the underlying message is love. You know, love yourself
Mhm.
and love one another. And you know, you don't have to hit over the head with it. It'll come through. It's a vibe. And
It's a
you guys
vibe.
got vibes, man.
We got the vibes. Thank you. Thank you. You know, so
Yeah.
just real quick here, Lee. There has been a couple people in the um, chat room here, just kind of watching the show. I want to give a shout out to Tim Stein, even Luana Lee's in here as well.
What's up,
Uh,
Tim? Speaking of devil, Luana Lee herself here.
yeah, yeah.
Oh wow, really?
She says hi, Dad.
Oh wow, that's great.
She's
Yeah,
watching.
she's up on in Deep Creek Lake. So I was surprised. Yeah. I
Wow.
want to miss it. So that's
So
great.
so we want to apologize a little bit for the feed. It took us a little while to get the show up and running, Luana, and everyone else watching, for that matter. And we're just trying to fine tune this show, so just bear with us. Obviously, you can see we have a fabulous, legend as a guest this evening while we're experiencing our difficulties. But we're going to push through this show. We're gonna get it done. So I'm honored. I mean, some of the things you're saying. It's hard to believe.
Mr. Entertainment, Derek.
Well, I'm Mr. Entertainment Junior. I'm trying to be just like you when I grow up, Lee.
Mr. Entertainment Junior.
I
Okay.
take
You know.
compliment.
So what? How did
Well,
you back? I had a question real quick, Johnny. How did you back in those days get your productions looked at by big companies to be able to put it on
yeah,
network?
yeah. How did you distribute? How could you distribute? I mean, it's like seems like today. That's exactly what I was going to ask Derek, and
Yeah.
I, like today, if we can get a production, Derek will, get it on some of the streaming sites. So it's a little easier these days to get your stuff out there. How did you do that?
Well, I guess as far as streaming sites go, it began when Amazon put out a message or whatever they going to accept films from independent filmmakers. So we had several things on Amazon, and then I guess they became successful enough. They started taking our stuff off, and they would say that, oh, there's been complaints about this, or they were just making it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then so now we are using Film Hub, and Film Hub is our broker, and you submit stuff to Film Hub, and they'll give you the specs, and I believe it's filmhub.com, and then they market your films to the different streaming sites, and so I know Tubi is the one where most of the stuff is. I believe we might have stuff on Plex and Pluto, and now back on Amazon because we have the weight of Film Hub behind us. But originally, what I did with my films is I had DVDs made, and I went with the best company around, Disc Makers, and got DVDs made where they actually embed the image into the disc. It's not like a DVD-R where the data rides on the surface. And then, you find somebody that's good with graphic arts and you get them to make a cover. So we started out, distributing it ourselves and doing different shows like the Nostalgia Convention, and it's no longer around Horror Find. So we would, do set up a table and have our product there. And I guess one advantage that I had, which you guys actually have something similar with, having the cafe and restaurant. When I began with the films, I was working in Ellicott City on Main Street at a place called Cottage Antiques. And they were open every day, 11 to 6. So between 6 p.m. and 11 a.m. the next day, we could film in there. And the place, was like a set because you had all these antiques and stuff like that. And we filmed, up and down Main Street in Ellicott City because, of course, everybody knew me. I worked there. But then you had the big flood in 16, and then we got ourselves back, and then a flood in 20. And then that was the end of Cottage Antiques. And, I pretty much retired from Ellicott City there, although I still know, several business owners and all. But to use it, like, I know you guys use Pollock Johnny's a lot, and that's an advantage. There's your set right there, and you can use it, and it's great. I just think it's genius that you guys use Pollock Johnny's there at 7216 North Point Road in beautiful Edgemere for your filming, along with great breakfast and lunch entries.
Yeah, he's great. He is the best spokesperson yet.
Listen to, you know what, we got to do a new commercial where Lee is take
that
it from
voice.
Legendary musician and filmmaker Lee Dahl. Hey, and then he gets up there and gives, So, Lee, how about this? You said, ever since the pandemic, you guys kind of slowed down on the filmmaking. Have you ever thought about, because I'm being serious. I have some ideas myself, and of course my ideas also.
Pat said you had a lot of ideas. So.
Yeah, I do. No, I do. But I'm even though I'm CHO of Fatherson Productions, I'm always, I'm always willing to go outside to another production. Lee Dahl Productions,
Hey, look, we all are.
The next venture that I will be embarking on, and we're I guess you'd call it pre-production now, is we're going to do a more like an old TV show. It might be before your guys' time, but there used to be these afternoon shows, Mike Douglas and Merv Griffin, and they were combination talk show and variety show, and that's what we're planning on doing next. And it may be, a year or so down the road, but we're really planning on being able to do, some brief interviews and then also have performances by the different actors. I'm a big fan of variety shows. I grew up on Ed Sullivan.
Yeah, me too.
We're celebrating 60 years of the Beatles, their first appearance on Ed Sullivan, and that changed for everybody. It just really did, and I think
60 years. Wow.
About the influence that the Beatles had, not just on music, but on popular culture, fashion, and everything. So anyway, I used to watch that show, and they would have an act like the Beatles, and then it'd be followed by somebody's, I don't know, juggling or whatever, and then somebody reciting a poem or doing a short skit. And I just loved it. It goes back to one of my early loves, which is I don't want to date myself, but I'll be out there anyway, is vaudeville, where you would pay probably 10 cents and go into a theater and you could stay as long as you want. And maybe for 3 hours, act your act. And then after that 3 hours, they would start all over again. So it's just, and then the Ed Sullivan Show was, the television version of vaudeville. So that's what I want to do next, is a type of variety and talk show. And right now, where the working title is the Lee and Kate Show. Kate will be co-host. I'm not sure if you guys saw the. I directed and produced the Kate Show, which that is, I believe all the episodes are on YouTube. I think you might have to look up the Kate Network. And she did about 30 shows where she interviewed people from the area, like cult star George Stover, and she did Luana Lee too. So you might want to check that out. And then I did a program called Showcase the Stars, which was a variety show. So basically, I'm going to take the Kate Show and Showcase the Stars and put them together for a new fascinating sensation and entertainment today, only for you.
Yeah. I always wonder what it would be like.
I wish I had any talent to get on a show like that.
Oh my Lord,
we could do it.
You have all the talent. Hey, speaking of talent, we were this is Neat Face Media. Brian St. August, who starred as the Fixer.
Yeah, I know him. I know Brian St. August.
Yeah.
Now I filmed him, of course, in the Fixer. He was the leader of a band in the 1960s called the Shoremen. And they were a very popular band in this area. And we were fortunate enough to be able to get the master tapes of the Shoremen and release last year 29 tracks by the Shoremen. And the story, it took us years. During the pandemic, Brian discovered that he had the master tapes. And of course, they were over 50 years old. And he sent the tapes to a company, and they took the tapes and put them in an oven and baked it because the magnetic particles on the tapes were falling off, and then put it onto a CD. We took the CDs into the studio and got the best sound of it, and were able to put out this deluxe CD collection with 29 songs and a big booklet full packed with photos and text. So you might want to go to Neat Face Media and pick up this CD, because I understand there's only so many left, and you want to make sure you have one in your collection. Or if you got rid of your CD player, just go to the streaming sites, type in the Shoremen. It's a takeoff on the Beach Boys, because that's the kind of music they did. It's 60s music, folks. It sounds like the Beach Boys, the Monkees, the Association, Spanky and Our Gang. What a lot of fun it is.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of the Monkees. I grew up on the Monkees when I was in Germany. I forgot all about the Monkees.
Oh my God, there's so much fun. Yeah.
Tireless self-promoter. That's what I have on my social media. That I'm a tireless. You look at it. Go to any of my pages. It says that.
Oh, you're the greatest. You guys are doing things. Derek, don't you run a comedy night at the? Where is that place down there in Dundalk?
Poplar Inn, yes, sir.
Poplar Inn, yeah.
Lee, I heard through the grapevine that you were a comedian.
Well, I'm only funny when it comes to looks.
Oh,
That's what Warren. No, Warren told me that. Actually, it's funny because we were talking about you earlier today. At the shop,
Hey, I
every once
dated.
in a while he comes in like once every two.
Well, I'm sorry. What? I didn't mean to interrupt. What did Warren say?
No, he said you worked as. He said you worked as a comedian.
I did some stand up when I was 19, and well, you don't need a band and all. You just need to be able to stand up and do it. Having a microphone helps. And but it was soon after that I started with the bands, and on and off. I was with a classic rock band, you know, until recently. I guess about 10 years ago, I stopped being with bands. But I've always been recording. I've recorded 3 CDs myself and a couple singles, and there again, just go to the streaming sites, type in Lee Doll, LeeDoll, and it's just so much enjoyment for everyone.
I'm definitely going to do way more
That
research.
is true. Our poker night was pretty awesome.
Oh, I'm glad you love that. That we've had so much fun recording that, and believe me, those guys that we had, doing the backup, the orchestra. Oh my God, they're crazy and they're a lot of fun, and they like Polak Johnnies too. I was surprised they brought that up several times.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you about
Yeah,
Polak John.
well, a poker band, they're probably drunk too. Drunk and eating Polak Johnnies. That's a great combination.
There you go.
Hey, let's scroll back just a little bit to something you said, Lee. You were talking about Polak Johnny's and it being the perfect front and set, essentially, to do a lot of filming, right? So Johnny had came up
Yeah.
with the idea, and I want to hear what you think about this, Lee. Johnny had came up with the idea of us doing an essential sitcom there, where like kind of like Cheers.
That's what
When Cheers
what
did it.
time when you said that, I thought of Cheers, and I think
Yes. Well, yeah, it would be. It would be. Yeah, it would be a father son. You know, it would basically be uh, uh, art imitating life with a little bit of comedy
Mhm.
and
yes,
situations, obviously, each
and
episode.
you just touched on something, Johnny. It's like you make the films that seem like real life, although in an alternate universe. That's
Yep.
what I did with my films. I mean, yeah, that looks like a car and it seems like, but I don't know anybody that has that power of empathy like the Fixer. I mean, he felt what other people were feeling and he could send his feelings to other people. I know one scene they were about to get a ticket for speeding and he concentrated his feeling to onto the policeman to let them go, and the policeman did. So I hope everyone gets a chance to see The Fixer, and it's wonderful to speak with fans of The Fixer. And you know what, it just came to me, you should have Brian St. August and Alfred Guy, the stars of The Fixer, on the Punch podcast, and
That would be amazing.
they each have so much individually to talk about because of their what they do. You might want to have them separately because Alfred's he's also with the theater group, the Foul Players, and they put on these mystery shows. I mean, sometimes they do it on the a boat in the harbor or the Western Maryland train, and then Brian is always filming. He just premiered in a film called The Wooden Bowl about dementia, and so they're still very active, even though I don't interact with them so much when we were filming.
So Lee, I know Brian St. August personally.
Well,
We work
against you because
Say
he is.
again?
I won't hold that against you that you know him. No, Brian's a great guy. He's a lover boy.
Yeah, he's something else. We worked on a project called Second Chances, and where he was kind of I guess he would have been the host of it. And in another film too. He's a really really good actor. I mean, he's like you said, as you know, if you look at Brian's IMDb, he's been in a lot of productions, and he's just a good actor. I mean, he's about his business kind of guy. You know what I mean? He doesn't do a lot of socializing and all that. And last time I seen him was at a Johnny Alonso film, what Death Leaves Behind or something. That he was there at that red carpet premiere, and we kind of reconnected. Like, hey, what's up, man? But he used to be heavily on social media, if you remember, but I don't see him anymore.
He had a bad experience with Facebook. He got hacked, and then he contacted Facebook. And they gave him a link or something like that, and it was a scam. It really wasn't Facebook, and I think he lost a good deal of money, and so he was done with it. I wish he would come back because he's like a philosopher, and he was always putting out messages about truth and peace and love. So we do miss having him on social media. Now there is a Brian St. August on Facebook, but that's a lady in Australia who actually runs his fan club, and
wow.
But and you can I
Damn.
don't know if you could
I
probably.
hope I get a fan club.
You got one. We're right here. Hey.
Yeah. Spagnola, I want you to be the president of my fan club.
I am. I'm the biggest fan of you.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm the biggest fan of you and Derek and Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee, I apologize about the phone. I've been having difficulties with my phone. I just now really got it going. I apologize. But you're a very interesting man.
You're god awful.
Very interesting.
For the 3 seconds that you heard it, 3.
Yeah. Sorry about that. My bad.
For the 3 seconds.
Yeah, Spagnola, you're supposed to be the voice of reason here.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, how can you be the voice of? I introduced you at the beginning of the show as the voice of reason, and you ain't been on the show the whole fucking time.
That's because my phone. I come in the house. The phone was messing up. I didn't get used. My screen went blank. My phone wasn't charging up. I had to find an electric out here to charge my phone. I apologize.
Oh,
but it's very nice to hear what you had to say, Mr. Lee. You think that's funny? You think that's fucking funny? You think that's funny, don't you, Johnny Lang?
Yeah.
That's what you get for being out here in the cold. You got me out here in the cold.
We got to remind people that this is at least a PG-13 rated show. You know, sorry, Lee, I forgot about that. We forgot to put the rating of the show up before we start. We need to put that up before we start the show.
I'm sorry, Lee. You think that's funny, don't you, Johnny Lang?
Anyway, you're fine, Spagnola. You'll get it together. Right, episode 50 or 60, you'll be fine.
I hope so by then.
Oh my God! Well, there's our comic relief.
Yeah,
all good.
So
sorry about that, Lee.
So Lee, would you act in anything if asked or if offered, and it was something that if you read the script? And
I'd like to leave all options open, and I take it, as it comes. I'm not the greatest actor, but if you need a warm body, and
that's okay.
Nowadays,
we lost Lee temporarily.
We lost him.
I'm
He's from
I'm retired in a certain extent, I spend a lot of time, just doing the things that I love to do. But I'm always open for opportunities to entertain.
Yeah.
I definitely
I feel
think
like if you hung out with us for like a couple nights straight, Lee, you'd be hanging out with us all the time.
Yeah, and I would
Yeah.
before I did that, I would contact my bail bondsman just to make sure
oh,
I can't comment on that one.
yeah, you should
Yeah.
do that, Lee. I advise you to do that.
Me
Yes.
neither.
You never know what will happen.
We always have a good time. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
we do. And as you can see,
So-
Lee, we got a lot of stuff that we're interested in trying to finish. We've got so many projects that we've started, and we're just trying to get those things to conclusion. That's all.
I think it's amazing everything that you do. Every time I get on the Book of Faces, it seems like you guys are. Oh, you got a dance going. You just had a big dance to
Yep.
what, the players'
Yeah.
ball.
Players Ball was
Then you
it was a great event.
I feel like that would have been a great party for you, Lee.
Comedy
Yeah,
night.
Lee. That'd be a nice one. The players' ball. You've been
Yeah,
perfect.
Lee. I feel like you probably got a nice suit that would have been perfect for that.
Oh yeah. I never get rid of any of my old outfits, even though I can't fit into them anymore. I still have them. They're like my friends hanging.
Well, now we know where we've got a raid for costumes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like
right.
he's gonna let go of any of that stuff just for us to goof around.
Right.
And I doubt it.
I mean,
Plus-
Bobby's always bringing us stuff. So
Plus, I'm the one that's probably going to be able to wear all his outfits because him and I have a similar physiques. You know what I mean? So
Oh my
same
God.
physique. Yeah, ripped.
You hear that?
Ripped.
He's ripped. He's ripped like Spagnola is.
you
Tell him.
can't tell. Look at him sitting there. You don't see those muscles bulging. Look at those pecs. Look.
Who you talking about, Magnola or myself?
I'm talking about Lee.
So,
He's talking about Lee.
oh, so Lee, it's been. We appreciate you coming on, man. It's
Well, like I said, this has been the greatest
it's been.
experience.
And I'm serious. I want to talk to you.
Go ahead.
I want to talk to you about borrowing some of your stuff, like where like the Adventures of Luana Lee, maybe. Like we film a couple things and see what you think about it, and then
Get your opinion on it, Lee.
We're
The stuff that
yeah, see what you think.
see what you think about it.
I tell you, one thing you have to keep in mind about me, and it's always been this way. I try to do things that are family friendly. I want to, be able to share my entertainment with the grandparents and the grandchildren. And I know nowadays things are a little bit more permissive, but we'll all get older one day. And do you really want to be that grandfather? Great grandfather and like, oh my God, why did I say
Do
that? Why
Don't
did
say
I
that.
show that?
Why did I do that nude scene?
Right, exactly. We're still wondering about that now. You don't have to wait till you're older. We're wondering. Talk about shortcomings. Oh,
Well, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, my wife doesn't like me. My wife likes me because of my sense of humor. So,
oh yeah.
So anyway, Lee, thank you.
Okay.
What's that?
Well, listen, I just want to leave you with a few things in case anyone wants to know more about me. They could send me a message that on Neat Face Media on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram. They could write to me at neatfacemedia.com. They could even send me a message on my personal page, Lee Dahl, right there on Facebook. And I want everybody to listen to Polka Night. Don't forget to get your Shorman CD or stream it on one of the music sites. My films, they're on Tubi. And when you get tired of all that stuff and you feel like you need some more energy, stop by Polak Johnny's. Pick up an Unburger. And that's at 7216 North Point Road in beautiful Edgemere. And maybe the Weenie Man will be there. But I want to thank you all for having me.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Mr. Lee.
Thank you, Lou.
Thank you.
That's three checks we have to write to Lee now for talking about Polak Johnny's.
For the advertising.
Lee, we thank you, man, and we appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you're doing. And everybody, please check out Lee. And tell you what, there's so many layers. Yeah, it's unbelievable, and more layers being built. So we'll talk to you soon, Lee.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
I was very pleased to be a guest on the Punch podcast. And I'm just sorry I didn't get a chance to do any promoting or
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Awesome.
Well, you've got us saying it.
Hey, do you think we punched you enough on this show tonight, there, Lee?
I'm sore all over.
Or do you think? and by the way, everybody, don't forget Lee Dahl.
Is that it? Yeah,
That's it.
That's it.
You got my P.O. box where to send a check?
P.O. Box.
P.O. Box 30.
What, the checks?
Ellicott City,
Check.
Maryland, 21041. And thank you again for this privilege and pleasure of being on the Punch podcast.
Yeah. Hey, we'll have you
Thank
back.
you, Lee.
Yeah. See, look, I knew it was going to catch on, Johnny.
Yeah.
The Punch.
We appreciate you, Lee.
We'll have you
We'll
back
talk to
too,
you.
Lee.
Thank you so
We'll
much.
talk-
Do I say goodbye?
Sure.
Good night, brother.
Good night, Lee. Be safe.
Good night.
Thank you.
Love you all.
Love you.
Love you, buddy.
Wow, great guest, man. Lee
Wow.
Lee had all that proper energy, man. I tell you, man. The show. I mean, we've been going.
I can't say I'm tireless self-promoter anymore.
Oh man, Lee is great. Lee is great. Well, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. That's
That man's,
awesome.
that man's a legend. That man's a legend there, huh? Yeah. He's a legend.
Hey, Derek.
Yeah.
You know who's a legend at dropping their phone and turning their phone off?
Hey, it turned off myself. That's why I was pissed. It turned off myself. It turned off myself. Like, he keeps coming going in and out.
I don't know.
That was
I'm running around here.
So far, this has been one of the toughest shows to have to coordinate with Spags' phone dropping.
I mean, Spagnola came over here. I had to come over here.
To get him to
Get
get
his
him
phone back
to
in the line, goes back in.
Back to the studio. I'm like, oh my goodness, man! Trying to track you, man. It was tough trying to keep tracking you there, Tony, Michael, Spagnola.
I know.
Man.
I seen you can't put me out of the screen. I'm glad you did that.
I'm like, geez.
I was. Hey, we didn't even get to talk about Spagnola and his acting roles that he's been in recently.
Yeah, that's really sucked this phone. Plus, it wasn't charged up. I forgot to charge it. That was another thing. My bad. I'm sorry. Right now, I got like 30%.
It's all good. We're about to close the show out. And by the way, gentlemen, we're still live. So, the audience is like, they're talking like.
Yeah, I see that.
It's post the show. No,
we're good.
No. It's just, that I tell you though, I really did enjoy that, and I was serious about. I really feel like it would be fun to do a remake of those mysteries of Well, in that case, it was a little girl and her friend and her aunt, But in this case, we'd switch it. It would be Uncle, because hello.
Yeah.
Uncle Johnny.
Uncle Johnny. Yeah.
So
gotta be.
and Spagnola will be the Spagnola will be the IT guy, obviously.
The IT guy. Okay.
You know that.
What's my role then? I gotta play something.
Yeah.
Or,
gotta play something.
Or am I filming? I gotta film
you can play the police chief.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
That'll work.
The police chair.
That'll
Derek Stroman.
That'll work. I'm cool with that.
It would make it would make sense that I be the uncle. Plus of course you could be. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But that was a good idea, and it seems like Lee's interested in that. And that would be awesome.
There's got like 12 episodes of that.
But that's what I'm saying. He's got a lot of people in his corner that would be real interested.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. He'd be awesome to get on board there, Lee. He'd be awesome to get on board. Like you said, he does know a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, and then we can put our, and as obviously this is something that is going to be family friendly, and I sometimes, we get out of hand, obviously, who me?
Yeah, you come on a punch, you enter uncharted territories. You never know what to expect. It's like, oh my God.
I mean, Spagnola called me a cocksucker on there.
I know, he kept referring back. Lee was like, and look, as long as it's family oriented, he had to keep coming back there because he knows if we get our hands on it, we're gonna spice it up. Like, sprinkle a little bit of this.
No, yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think that we can. I mean, I think I watched some of them, and I think that they're very well made. I just, maybe we put a new age spin on it, but like a real new age spin kind of thing. If he would be interested in something, I think that would be fun to do. I think it'll be something fun for us to do with Leah. You know what I mean? And of course, obviously, I believe if we do something, we always try to do it the very best that we possibly can, and. So, I think that's, but we got a lot of stuff going on, and that's just, I got stuff in the back of my mind and lists and we got scripts that we haven't even touched and all that kind of stuff. But that would be something fun to do, like I said, that we all could do with Leah, and that's something that she could look back on. And it could be a great memory, and then she can, say to her friends, hey, I was Luana Lee, and then this, and
she'd be good.
Of course, all this stuff will be like
it's something we'd have to take real serious. It's not like stuff we create. I'm not.
Yes, absolutely.
Serious, but you know exactly what
I'm about to say. What the hell?
I know. I mean, I had to like clarify that. Because I knew you was going to say that. You know what I mean, and I know what you mean. It's something that would have to be done because it is a remake of classic stuff. So it's not off the top.
Yeah, and I would obviously I wouldn't want to change anything per se. We would just change it as far as obviously the actors would change. And the storylines, I say the same, but we can just, put our. I don't want to change. I don't want to change the creation. I think it's a really cool thing and a cool idea, but we just put our
perspective
spin on it. You know what I mean? We just, right. We sit there, and a lot of times, we just sit there and start talking about ideas, and ideas start flowing and stuff like this. And I think this is something, like I said, that we can, obviously, Lee is in it. It's going to be family oriented, and I'm sure there'll be some other kids in it. It's going to be family oriented, but I feel like we can really make something cool with the Luana Lee stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, but that's
it's something you just fire it up. You know how we do. If it's something you think is worth dedicating everyone's time into, fire it up. It's just spacing and timing. I mean, that's all. That's all I'm doing. As you do it. all kinds of other stuff that I'm filming outside of here. I mean, I'm setting up dates constantly. I got the Dundalk app. I mean, it is what it is. We're not going to stop. We're not going to stop creating. We're not just going to completely abandon the whole idea and just leave it on the back burner, especially an idea like that, because how much time do you have to do it? You gotta. You and I talk about it all the time, John.
Leah wise, if it's something that we wanted to get her involved in, obviously we want to do it sooner than later because she's growing up.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's really the role is really for a young girl. So, but where in Luana Lee it was her aunt, but we can make some small adjustments and uncle.
Yeah, right.
So,
you're right.
Power up.
Hey, Spagnola.
What, Wang?
Hey, after this, can you give me a ride down the street?
Yeah, no problem. You know that. Hey, Derek, I got a question.
You.
All right, just check.
Offspring tomorrow. Are you supposed to be there when we're getting pictures taken on Offspring? Evidently, supposed to be meeting tomorrow night. You know anything about that?
Yeah, of course I do. I gotta be the one filming.
Yeah, I know, but I got you.
I know.
She didn't say word.
What the hell? I'm not getting any Offspring pictures.
Just bring Johnny will be busy doing something. But if he's interested, pick him up. Bring him on down.
I should be the star of that son of a bitch.
You see, look.
Offspring starring Johnny Lang.
I told you.
That's right.
It wasn't gonna be long.
I'm telling you, you know that.
There it was.
Offspring starring Johnny Lang.
Selena is watching as we speak. She's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I gotta cast him! Oh my god!" She accidentally said the name. She was talking about Tony, but she was like, "Is Johnny gonna be there?" No, you're talking about Tony Spagnola. See, they're confused by Spags' first and middle name. Yeah, they're like, "Is it Michael? Is it Tony?" I'm like, all right, I had to explain it to him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they call me you guys call me Spagnola, and they call me Tony. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got everybody confused. You're going by your middle name. You know what I mean? What's your whole name? I'm for the record. Say it on this show right now.
It's Michael Anthony Spagnola, but they call me Tony because I'm a Paisana and I'm Italian.
Hey, Tony,
they call him Tony Meatball Spagnola.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I'm built like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm built like that. You know.
Hey, I'm not trying to get whacked.
No, I think after all the stuff with the phone tonight, I think the meatball part was self-explanatory.
Yeah, probably did.
We're looking at the ceiling in his view. Oh, no, we need you, Spags. We need you.
I'm thinking myself, oh my god, I'm messing this podcast up
every time he comes back, his phone's going like this. He's got this serious look on his face though. It's like
I'm trying to put it on the finger here.
Look. Boop, boop.
I'm trying to put it on that for the stand on it, and it keep falling off.
Hey, Derek, he's trying to use the hand for his stand.
Yeah, it's like I got it on there right now. That thing don't work. My phone won't fit in this thing.
We're gonna have to start putting up. So two things: we got to put up a rated sign before we start the show, and we also got to put up that epilepsy disclaimer for people like Spags that don't know how to hold their cameras and be like, "Oh yeah, watch out for if you happen to have epilepsy, be careful while watching the punch because Tony Spagnola will have his camera shaking all over."
What we got to do is if everybody's in studio.
It would never happen again. I promise you. That was a screw up. My bad. It never happened again. I apologize.
Whatever, Spagnola. Well, never happen again because you know why? You're fired, Spagnola.
You're fired.
I knew that was coming.
He said I knew that was
coming.
Don't worry. He'll hire you back.
Next week, Lamont not in Spagnola's spot.
I don't know who Lamont is, but Big Daddy's here. Get out of here.
Oh my God.
Now, Lamont's much bigger than you. Plus, he's now your replacement. So, it's been nice being on the show with you, Spagnola.
I love you guys. You know that. I had fun, even though I was dropping my phone and my phone was dead and everything else.
He had to. Hey, look, we've been on for an hour. We've been on for an hour and 15 minutes, and Spagnola's been for 15 minutes of the show.
That's all good though. I like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
He's like, well, it's really interesting to hear everything you had to say, Mr. Lee, for the 3 minutes I've been here.
I apologize. That man probably figuring, geez, where'd they get this guy at?
He was in and out so bad. I would cut the Lee, cut back. There was Spags. Cut away from Lee one more time. Spags was gone. Come back. He was there.
The one time he came over here, you had to mute my thing so I could get him back online over. He's watching us on Facebook.
And then I'm running back over here. He said, "Get back over there." I said, "Man, it's all good."
Oh, we got to figure this out when we can get everybody in headphones.
So
we got to get
Lee's now watching the show, and he says, "Thanks for having him as a guest, guys." He said,
we love you, Lee, man. We appreciate it.
He says,
"Yes,
thanks,
Lee. We love you, buddy. I'm sorry about Spagnola's language."
Oh, I apologize. We do. I apologize.
I'm messing with you. I dropped a couple F-bombs. I'm just saying. All right. Anyway, all right.
Let's close out. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I guess we'll.
Hey, we love you.
I don't
too,
know.
Lee.
We love you, man. Love you, Lee. And I'm saying, and Spagnola loves you too, right? Right, Spagnola.
I surely do, Mr. Lee. Thank you. I apologize, sir. My bad. I don't mean that. You're gonna make that man hate me.
Come on, Spagnola. Holy crap. All right, well, I guess that's about it. I guess you hang it. I'm just saying, hey, all right, and you did a great job tonight, Spagnola. For the whole, where are we at? For the whole 17 minutes you've been on, you killed it.
I know. I made up for it.
Made up for it. Hour and 17. So, all right, then, Derek. I guess I'll see you soon. You've been a kind of a ghost lately. I don't know what you know.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, Derek. I heard that. Derek, I heard that today. I heard that today. You've been a ghost today.
I haven't heard you.
Spagnola comes over every day.
I was at the shop today, Derek.
Oh my God!
He said I haven't seen Derek. He's disappeared on me.
Derek Stroman. It's hard for me to stress myself.
You had your nephew crying earlier.
Oh nah, he was all right. That's a tough kid. You raised a tough one there. He's all right.
Yes, he was. Right. He was saying, "Where's Derek at?"
Hey,
that's the link to the song.
You see, Lee put the link to the Polka Night song, and it's actually a pretty good song. It's a twist on it's the polka, but it gives you a little bit of extra.
Oh, I'm gonna check it out.
And of course they're singing as well.
There it is too, ladies and gentlemen.
But yeah, hit that link, everybody. Lee Dial, and also don't forget check Lee Dial films all over streaming sites, Tubi and Amazon, and he Flex, and he named a couple others. So then look, I'm doing the same thing Lee was doing. What the hell? I'm now like in the Lee. I'm now in the Lee Dial cult.
He invented it, and he has assimilated us. Is what he did. Now we learn from the best in what, an hour and 19 minutes. Yes,
hour and 19 minutes. And now I'm a Lee Dial disciple.
Me too. So, we are disciples.
Yeah.
I'm not worthy, Lee Dial. I'm not worthy.
No, that may be true. We got to figure out how we can get to his level. But anyway, Derek, I guess that's that, buddy.
Yeah,
and I love you. I appreciate you.
Brother. And I'll see you.
And I love Lee Dial. Appreciate.
Thanks for coming on the show, Lee.
Poker with something extra.
Something extra. He's still watching. And thanks for we really
Yeah,
enjoyed.
thanks for tuning in because we're about to get out of here. Oh man, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm sure we need to get him back on because I'm sure there's a lot more.
Lee says he wants to be like us. Oh my God! Right back.
I'll take that as a compliment. No matter what, yeah, we're trying to actually be like him when we grow up.
Exactly.
So
that's the real story there.
all
right, brother. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll swing by the shop and see you tomorrow. Take us on out, brother. Oh my God, what is?
All right, everybody.
Oh, wrong
We
guy.
appreciate you. He's right here next to me. Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping in. Here's Spagnola.
Thanks for stopping in. Thanks to
and
all
we'll
of
see
our
you next
viewers.
time on The Punch.
On the punch. See you later, buddy.